Pistons forecast looking good there, Karen. And if you are heading downtown this weekend to catch the Pistons' first home game of the season, we've got everything you need to know before you head to LCA. Joining us this morning, our friend Dwane Casey, former head coach, of course, for the team. Great to have you here with us.
Thank you, Sandra. Glad to be here.
Look, we are pumped for Sunday. We're excited for the entire season. What can fans expect here Sunday, first off?
Well, first of all, we stubbed our toe last night. We got out of the gate slow, but we had a great comeback in the second half. So you can see that team this coming Sunday. I promise you, Coach Bickerstaff will have them ready to roll. It's going to be a lot of excitement that you're going to go against the Boston Celtics, who's primarily one of the top teams. Fortunately, unfortunately, they stubbed their toe last night. So it'll be a very competitive game. And because our guys are excited to get back in front of the home fans and kind of continue the momentum that we had in the playoffs last year against New York.
You know, you mentioned excitement, you mentioned momentum. We can leave the past, last night in the past, right? So going into Sunday's game, it's different when you're in front of that hometown crowd, especially when you're here in Detroit.
No question. One thing about it, you don't want to play on the road on the opening night of a team like last night in Chicago, but it's great to be home. Again, guys are excited to get home, play in front of their fans. Families come in town from out of town, so it's a great opportunity to kind of showcase what you worked all summer for and all through training camp to get ready for your first game at home and kind of reward the fans and welcome back the fans for another year.
Yeah, you talk about rewarding the fans. It's a 3:30 game, home crowd. Folks are going to be super excited to get into LCA. What can they expect for this first game?
Well, a tough brand of basketball. You know, one thing Coach Bickerstaff has done is establish a grit and grime, sort of like the Lions style of play. That's the culture he's set. The guys are coming back. They've worked hard all summer. Cade Cunningham is all-NBA player. And so you can expect that. And again, kudos to, first of all, Tom Gores, the owner of the team, who's really put his foot forward last year, making the change with Trajan, with JB coming in to set the tone. And then with Trajan to put together the type of team that fits Coach Bickerstaff's style of play. So our fans can be rewarded, and it fits the city of Detroit. The grit, the grime, the hard playing type, sort of the bad boy style of basketball, which they've established. So that's what the fans can look forward to and see start Sunday. And again, Sandra, the rest of the season.
Right, because we're just getting started.
Right.
So let's talk a little bit about pressure coming off of last season. You know, suddenly it's like all eyes are on the Pistons, right? Which can be good and bad. How do you use that to kind of gain momentum here as we get started?
Well, one thing about it, last year we were the hunter. We were going big game hunting every night, trying to prove that 14-win season was a fluke. So everybody had a big chip on their shoulder. They came out every night to perform against that narrative. But this year, you're the hunted, and you saw it last night. Chicago played probably the best basketball they played during the preseason because here comes the Detroit Pistons in town. So now we have to go out every night and prove, okay, last year wasn't a fluke to make the playoffs, should have won the series against New York. And so we got to come out every night with that type of chip on our own shoulder to prove that last year wasn't a fluke of making the playoffs. So there's a huge different approach this year than it was last year, Sandra.
So, obviously taking a different approach moving forward. If you've got the crystal ball out, everyone always wants to ask you a prediction.
Right.
What are you thinking as we head into this
Well,
home
one
opener?
thing I can promise you, guys will compete. Especially last night. Last night, we didn't play well, but it could be a great wake-up call for us. And I know Coach Bickerstaff and his staff will have the players ready. And the prediction is we will be one of the hardest playing teams in the NBA. Now, our goal is the playoffs and beyond, get out of the first round. But again, that's not guaranteed. We still have to come out and prove it, which I know our coaching staff and at practice every day watching the guys perform, they know that. They know that they're going to have to earn every step of the way this year. But our goal is the playoffs, to get in there, make some noise, get past that, and build toward that championship banner.
Well, we're excited to get things going here at home on Sunday. Thank you so much, Dwane Casey. We appreciate you being here.